Pinchin, Canine Naturopath from Canine Vitality, and welcome back to Happy Healthy Dogs, where I provide natural solutions for your dog's health issues and help them live a longer, healthier life naturally. Now this week, guys, I wanted to answer a question that I often get from dog owners like yourself. Only last week I had a client ask me this very question. I'm often asked if dogs that are fed a raw diet based around meat and bones are more likely to get worms or other parasites. And I think that this is a concern that many dog owners might have as they look to transition their dog onto a raw diet. So let's take a look at this. Is it really true? Well, I want you to know that I believe this is very much a myth, but I can certainly understand why people might think that feeding their dog a raw meat-based diet might actually increase the likelihood of parasites. After all, we do know that raw meat does contain at least a low level of parasites. One of the keys to remember is to make sure that you are feeding your dog raw meats and bones that are fit for human consumption, and of course, preferably organic. And for added peace of mind, you can actually freeze any meats prior to feeding for at least 24 hours, as this will kill off any potential parasites present. But today I actually really wanted to make the point that dogs that are not fed a raw diet are much more susceptible to worms and other parasites, especially those doggies that are fed commercial diets. Now, why is this the case? Well, it actually comes back to how healthy your dog's gut is. Now, we know that dogs have a very strong stomach, and generally their digestive tracts are set up to be able to handle more bacteria and other bugs that would normally make us as humans quite sick. Part of the key, though, to keeping them healthy with a strong gut and immune system is to make sure that they are being fed appropriately. And for dogs, this means feeding them a raw diet similar to the way that they would be feeding in the wild. But what happens when we feed them a diet that is based around processed foods high in carbohydrates? Now, as humans, we know the negative effects that a diet based on processed and junk foods can have on us. And you know, guys, the same applies to our dogs. Now, have you ever noticed that if you've been eating a diet based around, a lot of junk food, you've been eating on the run, haven't been eating well, you can often start to feel tired and generally unwell. And you might also notice that you start to become more prone to infections and illnesses. You might feel really uncomfortable in your digestive system and, just generally pretty yucky. And did you know that the same definitely applies to our dogs? When we feed them processed foods or even foods that contain high levels of carbohydrates in the form of grains, it can really start to cause an imbalance in your dog's digestive system. So instead of them having that strong digestive system that is really functioning in a normal, healthy way, we start to see problems develop like leaky gut syndrome and other digestive issues that can actually lead to a weak and damaged digestive tract that is really unable to fight off parasites, yeasts, and other nasties. Now, in addition to this, feeding your dog processed foods that are grain or starch rich, yes, don't be fooled by those grain-free foods. They are just as bad. And this can really lead to a lot of fermentation in your dog's gut, as these foods are really difficult for your doggy to digest. Now, therefore, often, they start to ferment, which can really lead to the release of a lot of toxins into the gut and an increase in the presence of bacteria and other nasties. So rather than a raw meat diet increasing the level of parasites in your dog's gut, it really is quite the opposite. Feeding your pet the way that nature intended is much more likely to actually improve gut health, as long as they don't have any other sort of life-threatening disease issues going on, and help them avoid any problems with worms or other parasites. By keeping them clean on the inside, it's much more likely to deter worms. Now, you may have heard of the saying that parasites gravitate to the weakest host, and this is so true. What this means is that if your doggy has a very strong, healthy digestive system and strong, healthy immune system, they will rarely be bothered by parasites like worms. But for dogs that are more compromised, they can become an easy target for these types of parasites. It's all in the gut health, guys. Well, I hope that you found this post helpful, that's answered a question for you. Remember, the stronger your dog's digestive system is, the less problems they're going to have with worms or other issues. So thank you once again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment or share this post and subscribe to my channel for all my latest videos. Don't forget to click on the little bell to be notified each week for my videos. If you've got a question that you want answered, please pop it in the comments section below. I will definitely get back to you. Or if you've got any other information that you'd like to find out from me, also just leave me a message below. But until next week, guys, have a wonderful week and I will catch up with you very soon. Bye for now.